Hello, my beautiful viewers. I am so excited. I cannot hide it. Today we're going to talk about purpose and passion. And I've got two amazing guests. I'm so excited. So, my beautiful Gail, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from? And then we're going to ask Christiana, where is she from and what she is doing. Thank you so much.
Hey, yes, I'd be glad to. Thank you so much. So, hello, I'm Gail Kraft. I am from New Hampshire, US of A, and I am part of the Mrs. Potts group on Friday. I am so thrilled to be here and talk to you about purpose and passion. Let's see where this goes today.
Wow, thank you. So, my beautiful girl, there is some scratching of your mic, but we're gonna sort it out. We're gonna sort it out. There you are. My
Is that
beautiful,
better? So it's not rubbing against my shirt.
yeah,
Okay.
that's much better. Thank you, my beautiful Christiana. Please introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Christianna Carr, and I'm from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, and I do a Daily Crumb video, and I'm just happy to be here with you all too.
Wow, thank you. And you are also one of my amazing Mrs. Spots for
Yes,
Wednesday.
Wednesdays at noon Eastern, a cup of TLC, that's tender loving me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, my beautiful viewers, if I call passion, the word passion, what does that say to you? And then the question I want to ask, are you doing everything you do with passion? Okay, we're going to talk about passion first. I do believe that we are here on this earth for a short time. And if we cannot do it with passion, anything, even do a dance with passion, then what? I actually don't have the right vocabulary to say, but if you can't do stuff with passion, then it's half-hearted. And when you do stuff half-heartedly, you really don't enjoy life. So we've got a 30-day challenge in the Diamond Beauties and Tanzania group, and we're having fun every day. I must just say the ladies is truly amazing. Christiana, you are one of the ladies that is building a fort with blanket. And it's such a beautiful experience from my side to see that we all embrace our inner child. And we're going to talk about the inner child that you are presenting to the world, my beautiful Christiana. So, my beautiful Gail, if I give you the word passion, what does that mean for you?
Oh, I could go so many places with that word. When I feel passionate, I can touch the stars. And I have a training where I help people find their word, that when they say that word, they feel the goosies up and down their spine. My word is delicious. And so, like I'm feeling the tinglies right now, just saying the word delicious. And when I make a choice, Sanet, if the choice isn't delicious, then it's distasteful. Why would I do that? So I can make my choices passionately by just seeing if that word fits. So to me, passion is goosies.
I love it. Did you see the glasses, my beautiful one?
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Thank you.
So, my beautiful viewers, if you get goosebumps, put on your glasses because this was profound. Profound. Oh, I'm so excited. My beautiful Christiana. And I do know you a little while now, and I do see everything you do, you are doing with passion. But not to say, I must please tell us what the word passion means for you.
Fire. It's that burning in you that you just and I have a passionate for being playful and for staying young at heart. And so that's what sets me on fire, is when I'm feeling in that playful. So that's why that challenge just works great for me. The fun and playful challenge is just, it's just amazing. And I've needed to get back in touch with that, because things have got so serious and all that. But that passion is play for me. It's a fire, it's a play, and it's just having fun. It's when you're doing something and it's not feeling like work, and it's making you more energized, and you just, it's that love, that desire. It's what that little wanted to be when they grew up. That's what I've been saying. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I love it. And do you have in your poem book begin within a more or less something, a poem that you have done for passion? Will you check for us?
Ooh,
My
do
beautiful
I have
girl.
one on passion?
I want to know a little bit more about this word that you are um, planting into others. So can you please tell us the experience or the feedback, the case studies that you have done? How was the feedback? And can you tell us a little bit more while Christiana
Yeah.
is looking for a poem?
Well, I'll use an example of one of my clients, and she's someone who came to me. She lost her mojo. So the first thing we had to do was, of course, find her passion again, right? You know, no tools or tricks are going to work if you're not feeling it, right? Right. So we went through an exercise. I have an exercise where you answer a bunch of questions and you work through it. And then she went home and thought about it. And she came back the next week and she said, I found my word. I said, what is your word? And she said, juicy. And the way that she said it, I could see her biting into a peach and the juice running down. It was so sensual and so sexual, and it was perfect for her. Right? Perfect for her. And so she had a lot of decisions to make in her life. And so after that, she went away, went to the beach for a weekend and did some journaling, which she hadn't been able to do for a while, and was able to figure out some of the changes she wanted to make in her life that were juicy. So there's an example of how that one word, your word, right? You have to find your word, can move you and guide you in your choices. Thank you. Woohoo!
I love that. That is the same thing I do with the Forever song. So I have started off and asked everybody for their Forever song. And then I had to explain Forever song in such much detail. So I just now, the last 8 months, I said, what is your favorite song, most favorite song of all times? And then when we have a coffee chat, I tell them my forever song is Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. And one of the items on my bucket list is to meet um,
Christina
Katrina
Aguilera.
in real life. I don't know if the wives will be there because it's the men. I don't know if that, but for her to meet her, because she changed my way of living. I dance to my song, Forever Song, every day for the last 6 years. And my point of no return was on April 6, 2019. That brings me, that words, that dancing brings me to my essence, the reason that I'm still alive, that I'm still here. I love that. I love bringing in that word to realize how awesome, how amazing. And like you said, get their mojo back. So my beautiful girl, is there any other case study that you want to share before I will go to beautiful Christiana, and I will ask her page 25, Christiana. Gail?
So yeah, I can't remember the word, but I remember the client, right? And again, they're lost, right? So this particular gentleman he was just lost. He didn't like where he worked. His life was going down the tubes. He had no juice anymore. And when he went through this process, one of the things that I also did with him was the soul realignment. And he came out as a communicator. And there's a lot around that. And he's like, oh, I don't like writing. I don't like, well, he's a leader and he doesn't even realize it. Well, when he found his word, the word gave him a breakthrough. And the next thing I knew, he was journaling and writing a story. Right? Someone who said, I'm not a communicator, which I know he is. This one word was enough for him to find that juice within himself. That is passion. When you're lost, if you know how to tap into your passion, right? People say it's your why. Yeah, I'll argue not so much, right? Your passion is really an energetic thing. You may attach a story and a why to that, but if I'm not feeling it, then I'm not going to move into it because I have to move emotion. I have to get my energy in motion and move towards something. And that is passion, right?
And
Or I'm stuck.
that was the reason I wanted to say, don't do half-heartedly. Go with passion. We've got a short window of really enjoying life. I love that. And you're talking about emotions. For me, if people knows me the last 4 years, especially in the Diamond Beauties, they know I will always ask them, how are they feeling?
Right.
How are they feeling? Because we lost the feeling of tapping into our feeling because of all the stuff happening around us. So the question on this, I want to give you, my beautiful girl, how important is feeling?
It's everything. It's everything. Without it, there is no purpose. Without emotion, right? And I will say, no matter what the emotion, thank you, my dear, no matter what the emotion, even the sadness and the shame, and, step into it. Your body is communicating to you in the only way it can. It doesn't have words, it has vibration. So feel that emotion and love that emotion, no matter what it is, right? And you can do anything, no matter what. It's just, I don't know how well. Can you hear it in my voice? Can you hear it? Right? So, Tommy, can you see me?
Wow, incredible. So my beautiful girl, we're going to go to Christiana for her poem. Will you give us some tips when we come back to you? Circle around. So my beautiful Christiana, page 25. Okay, just give me 1 second. You are welcome to speak, my beautiful one.
There, yes, and it happens to start a poem too. This is just a little book of 21 poems. It was a poetry challenge that I did, and this one is called Every Ice Queen, and it's number 13, the 13th poem on the 25th page. Every ice queen was once a woman who believed, trusted someone who took advantage of, then didn't return her love. A woman of devotion, full of emotion, left abandoned in the cold, dark ocean of lies and deceit, knocked right off of her feet into the deep pits of betrayal that ripped and tore her sails, forgetting her dreams, why she even set out to sea. Yes, every ice queen was once a woman who believed in love deeper than the ocean, in trust, honesty, and devotion. She won't be defeated. She'll pick up her heart as she's been left bleeding, because she still believes that she sees the vulnerable woman longing to be swept away in a warm, safe, loving embrace. A love to pierce through the pain, melt all the ice in her veins. Her story is very old. Ooh. She had help to make her so. She was left out in the cold. Now, truth be told, it set her free. She is not the ice queen that woman is me. And I believe I am worthy of all of love and all of my dreams. There's no longer need to be the ice queen. I warm my own heart when I love and embrace all of my parts. And in other women, my reflection I see. I am you, and you are me. Ice queen is just what the cold, tainted hearted see. The only ones who don't respect another's boundaries. The ones who don't respect another's boundaries. Now we have the eyes to see and not be offended when they call us ice queens.
How do you feel reading your beautiful poem?
Whoa, that gave me chills. Sometimes I forget the stuff that I've written and I'm like, whoa, I put that in there. And yeah, but that kind of does show that passion as well. And I have a passion for, and I know we all do. We kind of lose that spark. We kind of lose that feeling, whatever situations it's been through, relationships or others, well, different relationships. It's not always just our intimate ones. And, and then sometimes they say that resting bee face, but if we just keep that smile and remember that little inside, that little girl that had that dream, and give her that love and feel all those feelings and allow that to flow out of us, we get in touch with that passion once again, and know that we're still those strong women.
Wow, it's beautiful, Gail. What do you think about beautiful Christianna's poem?
Her poems always give me the chills because they're raw and they're real, and they're vulnerable, right? And being vulnerable is a part of passion because it's putting your heart out there, trusting that you're strong enough that no one can hurt it, right? No one can hurt it. I'm going to share it with you and do with it as you please. I know I have to share it. And she's been sharing her heart. I've seen her share her heart full out. Yeah.
It is beautiful. So my beautiful Christiana, I selected when I bought this specially for you. Here is my glasses for you.
I love those.
I
Thank you.
bought now 5 new glasses. My daughter just, but I'm going to keep it here because I've got a stack at home as well. So my beautiful Christiana, you are doing a daily crumb. Can you tell us that you're really taking time to make sure that your message is going out, and you do this with passion? Can you tell us how easy is it for you to tap into your creativity first of all, to be able to produce something that moves other people with passion?
Mm. Wow. May look easy. I don't know. I call in all that extra support, and it's God help me get through this. What do I need to do? And it's showing up. And I've I've always been like the first one on the dance floor. Everybody's just waiting for somebody to get out there. So that's kind of just been me, and that's just kind of how I was made, I guess, and how I choose to be, to align with how I was made. And I felt off when I wasn't there before, but putting out that daily crumb, it just transformed into that. I really started my Begin Within guidance page on the YouTube. That's the little at thing down there to get at it. And that was part of my healing journey because I know that silence is the abuse's biggest ally. So I thought, I'm not going to be silent. I need to get out there because I know I'm not the only one. Nothing that I've said or shared is nothing. It's nothing new, but I'd like to be one to help be that change that I wish to see that's so needed out there, and to help others know that they're not alone as well. And I get the most from hearing others' stories. So I figure, I've got to share my story because how am I going to help those ones that it'll help if I don't add my voice into it? So it's just doing my part to share that, and just showing up. Come as you are, take me as I am. That's been the way it's been in my home. And I've been through lots of things where I haven't felt accepted, so I've got to give that to myself, and then I so want to give that to others. I don't want anybody to feel like they're not loved or not special, because we all are. and we all belong here. So something I say a lot in the Daily Crumb is, how do you know you belong here? It's because your heart's beating and you're breathing. Then you belong here, you have a purpose here, and you're essential here. And, I just want to give that. That's the biggest message that I want to give to everybody, that no matter what's happening in your life, that your life is important and it means something, and it's beautiful, and it's a miracle that you're here. So please stay. And every day it's like, thank you for choosing to stay. And I mean here on this earth, Mark. I don't mean, I love that people come back to the Daily Crumb, but I really want them to get the message. We get to choose to stay every day, and no matter what's happening, and we can find that joy in it. We can find that passion.
And we
But
just
sometimes we
witnessed
have to let it.
Christiana's passion.
Thank you. Oh, it is. It really is. It really is. Everybody is special. Everybody belongs here.
Wow,
And I
beautiful.
really do love everybody, even if I love them over there.
Well, I loved it. My beautiful Christiana, that is one of my things as well. When I woke up, I first of all thank God and the beautiful angels for giving me another day. Another day, especially now seeing my grandchildren with my own eyes and hugging them, being able to do what I am doing. And I choose to have a spectacular day full of miracles. I love that. With all the daily crumbs you have done, did you get some feedback with your viewers that you have changed their lives?
Yeah, there's not very many. But there has been a few. Like, thank you for putting this out there, because it's a lot better than what's going on the other side of that door. And then I do a little prayer every time I see something like that. So I've had quite a few thank yous. So I feel that it is reaching. And it hasn't been something that I've been promoting out there. I've just kind of left it with God, that the people need to hear this, will be drawn into it. So it is kind of divinely,
Organic.
orchestrated who my viewers are. And I've had comments like that, like you just showed up in my feed, and it's just really what I needed to hear today. So thank you for sharing that. And even in that encouragement, and the times when I'm having the tears are coming out while I'm doing the Daily Crumb, and, and thank you, what you're doing is helping. And it's just been, it really touches me. And I say a prayer for all of them, even if I don't respond back to all of them, because there's a couple I've responded to before, and it just kind of went down it wasn't just supposed to go that way. So I'm like, now I just kind of put hearts on there, and I always say a little prayer to everybody that leaves a comment.
Thank you, my beautiful.
Thank you.
Even before we started with this show, my prayer was to God that may this episode go to the person that really needs to see and hear us. All of us have different voice resonation, and there is somebody just waiting for you and waiting for your message. So I truly believe that the right people will see it at the right time. So I loved it. Thank you for doing that, my beautiful Christiana. You are truly amazing. So my beautiful girl, do you have a few tips for the viewers out there?
I have a few things, and one of them you've already seen before, but it's, how do I start my day? We all have our routines, right? And the routine is really your first step into your intentions for the day. So the first thing I do, and you can do it with me, is I go, joy, 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 joy.
Joy, joy,
Joy,
joy,
joy,
joy,
joy,
joy,
joy, joy.
joy, 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 joy.
Right, be careful of your neck. And what does that do? It gets the energy moving in a positive way. And I will share with you, there was a time where I would wake up in the morning and the negative thoughts would be the first thing. And I was aware of that. And I would say, I don't want to wake up this way. That doesn't help, right? Right. But with the intention of joy, 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 they're not even remotely a part of my morning anymore. because they start with joy, right? I have so many friends who start their day truly from love. And I've been so fortunate to have that energy be a part of my sphere, my community, and my tribe. Love and joy. What else is there?
Mhm. Yeah.
Right?
I love
So,
that.
so there's a little trick. And when you find your passion, so Christiana, I'm going down the inner child route here, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Part of the process that I bring people through brings them to what it felt like when they were on the swing and going as high as they can as a child, right? Pumping until your belly tickled, right? For me, my scene that I went to was at an amusement park. They have this spinning thing where the floor goes out, right, and you can put your feet up, right, and you try and you're plastered. And I love that feeling, right? Yes, that's where I went when I tapped into that feeling. That's where I anchored in delicious. That's what I
Mhm.
feel when I say delicious,
Mhm.
right? So you find that feeling, and then there's a process for anchoring it in, and that's a physical process of anchoring in that feeling along with that word. There you go. I love those glasses. So there's two techniques.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing your beautiful wisdom, my love bug. I call Gail my love bug. It's just a miracle that we got to be introduced by our miracle man, and such a beautiful honor and privilege to have my love bug in my life. My beautiful Christiana, do you have a few tips to bestow on the viewers out there?
Yeah, it's that inner child too. Yeah, but looking in yourself in the mirror, and right into your own eyes, and like you're talking to that little child, talk to yourself like you're talking to that little inside, and be that safe adult for that little. Don't squash the play, don't squash the urge to go swing, don't squash the urge that if you want to go spin or something, whatever that is for you, just let it express itself. But don't let it drive the bus. It's not good for kids to drive the bus. They don't have the they don't have their license, right? So I would say keep your inner child alive, but don't let it drive the bus. We want to listen to what it has to say, but we don't want it to be, taking that steering wheel and stuff like that. So, because then we can gets too messy, because then we're just going, you know, we have to feel those emotions. We don't want to live in them, and we don't want to always react from them either. They're going to come up, and and that's the thing. If you're having a reaction to something, I love that when I learned in school. How old do I feel? How old am I right now? If something is coming up, you're having a hard reaction or something feeling you don't like. How old am I feeling right now? And then go to that little and go, okay, well, I'm a safe adult now. You can share your feelings with me. And sometimes that's all they want, is just to be acknowledged. And then they go, oh, thank you. I just wanted you to look over here and see me. And then they go. Or I was saying in the Daily Crumb today that maybe things are kicking up. Maybe we're not do it because we're not in our passion. Maybe our littles are upset with us because, hey, you're not doing what you said we were going to do this when we growed up. How come we're not doing this right now? So maybe that little in you is going, trying to get you back on track, going, this is not what we were going to be when we growed up. We were going to be Superman, and now but look at the ways we could do that. Now as an adult, we could be creative in which ways. What is that? Superman. I'm not going to fly through the air, or maybe it is getting on that swing and then flying. Here we go. We can do a little Superman here. Throw on a cape, and there we go. Okay, little, but let that little out to play, but don't let it drive the bus.
I love it. I love it. My beautiful girl, you wanted to say something?
Well, it's interesting because I see everything as a trilogy, as the sacred trilogy. And we've got the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and then the divine child.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
trilogy. And the wisdom comes from the child because the child is free. Discernment and direction come from the divine masculine and feminine, but the wisdom is the child. So when I tap in, right, as a child, you were fearless. You would try anything. You were curious. You would pick up the rocks and look at the worms. You would pick up the spider and try to figure out what it was doing, right? Not squish it or run away from it. So pick up the rock, look under it. Who knows what you're going to find, right?
Wow, I love it. And now you're talking about rocks. I was watching something. Oh, beautiful, Christiana. I love your glasses. I was watching something with my daughter, something in history in 1975, and I don't remember the person's name. I don't know, remember the person's name. He said he actually took a rock that and he put it in a beautiful box with holes in. And it was a crazy thing. People bought, he made millions of selling his rocks in a box. And there was like,
Oh, that was the pet rock?
as a pet rock. Yeah.
Yes.
I said, you know about it. I saw it yesterday for the first time. Can you tell us quickly a little bit about that?
I remember pet rocks from years ago, and I thought that was brilliant for someone to market a rock, right? It's like sand in a jar, right? Go down to the beach, fill up a jar, and then put a little bow on it, and people will pay $20 for it. Right? And if you put a name like San Diego or, Orlando, you will get $50 for it. It's just crazy.
So, my beautiful Christiana, did you pick up your pet rock?
Well, I wanted to show this, especially with Gail. Doesn't it look like a dragon? You see the dragon?
Wow.
This is part of my display on the Daily Crumb. But yes, I'm still like a big kid. I go out in the forest and I collect these. This one looks like a little angel on there.
Wow.
And they're the stone people. But they are healing and they're soothing and stuff too. And you got the crystals and everything. But yeah, they're very special. This one also has like a dinosaur head that I found there. A little smile, his little eye up here.
Oh, wow.
Kind of
Beautiful.
That could be a dragon head too.
Right? Yes.
Ladies, it's time for us to switch to purpose. Are you ready to talk about purpose? Thank you. So, my beautiful girl, what does purpose mean for you?
Purpose has very many layers to it. So I'll give two examples. When I was a young woman with a 1.5-year-old child on welfare, my purpose was to get out of that situation. So I was very focused on what it took to get there. And within 3 years, I was a manager, owned a home, right? But that's purpose. That's drive. Purpose gives you drive, right? It keeps you going, right? And it allows you to not let anything slip by, right? So you're aware of opportunity. And then there's the purpose I discovered when I discovered coaching, about 15 years ago now. When I realized that this was my purpose here, and it wasn't coaching per se, but it's that process of helping someone along the way. And as I honed my skills and as I got deeper into what that all meant with my connection now, my purpose is not my purpose anymore. It's a pulling, and I have no idea every day what I will do with it, but I do something every day that I'm guided to do. So in that sense, my purpose is a purpose, not my purpose.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. For me, my beautiful girl, I also in my purpose the last 6 years, and there is some stuff that I have done that when I look back, when it was 6 years ago, more than 6 years ago, I never thought I would be able to do that. But God have given me this amazing purpose, and because I am working towards my dream, and God have helped me to shed weight, to do so many things, that I know that my biggest dream will come true. And in the meanwhile, I need to inspire and help other people to tell their stories, and that's the reason why I am a voice amplifier. But you are right. I know exactly. But God is sending, your purpose is like, you just have to do, and you know it's right. It's just to explain to somebody, you get a calling and you just have to have faith and just do. Sometimes it's difficult, but you put it in such a beautiful words. And I know there is some back noise with you people visiting, and it's all good because life is not perfect. There is some stuff that's happening and life is not perfect, and you dealt with it beautifully. You keep on talking. You, my girl, are truly spectacular, and I love you. My beautiful Christiana, what does purpose mean for you? Purpose.
Wow. That's evolved too, much like Gail. But as a little, I thought my purpose was to protect my mother. Thought my purpose was to be a mother. Though sometimes the passion and that can mix. I have a passion for child development and stuff like that, and how we grow as humans. But now I'm like, my purpose is to be me. And I think everybody's purpose is to find out who they are, get to know themselves, and just be themselves, and express to itself, express that divinity within yourself, because we've all got that divine connection. We all have that personal relationship. And to be human, to be a human. I keep saying we all come here, and I think on some level we've chosen to come here to be human, and then we keep trying to escape our humanness. We keep trying to escape the human experience. And, I learned this spiritual bypass. And I'm like, oh, I think I learned to do that. And I believe that then that all this physical stuff that I bring on myself forces me to be into my body and to listen to my body and work with it, and not treat this just as a meat suit. This is a sacred space. This is a temple. And to show that, share it, and to have respect for it, right? And to, share it respectfully with others. And that, to be myself fully, wholly, completely, and not holding myself back. And in all the humanness, and all the itty gritty, and all the stuff that we don't like, and all that kind of stuff, but it's all part of the experience. So I think my purpose, and all of our purposes, is to be human, and to enjoy it, to enjoy life, to enjoy the ride, all the ups and downs, and all the rounds, and whatever, because that's what we're here to do.
Beautiful. Do you have a question that you would love to ask Gail and myself?
Hmm.
I wonder, Sanet, what purpose means to you.
Thank you, my beautiful Gail, for
Yeah,
asking. So
that's what I was like.
purpose for me, purpose means when you open your eyes, that you know that you are in total faith what you need to be here, what your soul is planned to be here. And then a lot of us forget to celebrate us, because without me, everything I'm doing will not be possible. So at the end of the day, purpose for me is to say thank you to Sanet. I will say, Sanet, did you leave your sparkle in somebody's heart and memory for the day? And I will do a yes. And then I will send kisses to God to say thank you for making me me, and thank you for allowing me to be in my purpose every day and dish out sparkles of love. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And you do it beautifully too.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. So, my beautiful Christiana, do you have a question for Gail?
Ah, yes. Hmm. Being that dragon rider, how did you discover that dragon in you and to be able to sit with people growing through their darkest nights? How do you not get sucked into that? Keep yourself in your own energy and them in theirs.
Oh, that took a lot of practice and a lot of failures, right? One of the ways that I learn is by teaching, because in the process of creating curriculum, I learn, and then in the process of working with people, they teach me even more, right? And so I actually created a training called Embrace Your Inner Dragon. And that is where I learned the techniques, or yes, of the process of the dragon fire you don't want to quench. You just want to manage it and direct it, because that fire is needed in the cold to, right? It's needed, right? Sometimes to burn a village down, maybe, right? But it's needed, right? You want to be able to love your dragon. You want to be able to embrace the dragon. And one of the final parts of that training is learn how to ride your dragon, right? So how do you mount it? And it really is all about yourself, right? I am the dragon, right? And that was an aha for me when I realized that, wait a minute, I am the dragon. When I said that out loud to myself, I literally envisioned merging with the dragon. So I don't have the dragon with me here, right? And it's just a way for me to connect with the fierceness and the beauty and the grace. Because a dragon is fierce, but man, if you've ever watched the first Avatar, when he gets on his dragon and takes his first dive, I'm like, I want to be there, right? I'm like,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
yes,
That
yes.
is embracing your dragon. That's
Mm,
passion.
yes.
Yeah.
And
On
that's what came to
purpose?
my mind when you were describing it, was Avatar, when he was first getting on that. I was like, when you're describing it, that's what was coming to my mind. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I love the Turuk, the big dragon. So I am on my Turuk every day.
Yeah. Hmm.
So my beautiful girl, do you have a question for Christiana?
I do. I have many, but today I know that Christiana connects with her inner child all the time. I am curious as to what it was like when you first embraced her, when you first realized you wanted to bring her into your life every day.
Mm. Mm. Well, she kind of was always there. But then I kind of squashed her. Like I used to always, every time I passed a mirror or anything like that, I'd be making faces at myself. It wasn't to check my hair or anything like that. I just always made faces at myself, as kids do. You can see that. I love watching kids. They pass the mirror and then they sit there and they start making faces at themselves. I loved watching my kids at the mirror. They kissed the mirror and stuff. But through the toxic relationship I went through, I had stopped doing that. So, and it's actually, I guess, that begin within. Once I moved in here and things started coming, I knew I needed to connect with her again, because I had to get serious and play the mom role and stuff, because the kids, needed that example, and then went too hard. So yeah, I had to reconnect with her and bring her back to life, because there was lots of times where I was just treated like a child then too. So like I didn't know any better, or they had to do things for me, or they had to tell me how I felt and all this kind of stuff, and which wasn't the case. But well, if you're going to act like a child, they're going to treat you like one. you know, it was those kinds of things. So I kind of suppressed her for quite a few years. So, but now I'm letting her out again and playing more. And there still hasn't been a whole lot of play with a lot of the stuff that's been going on. But yeah, she's no, that's God saying, let that light out, let it shine out, and I can't contain it anymore. So that fire just got so much, and that burning up inside, that I needed to let it out and let it show. And there's no way that I can ever read it back in. So I just say, look out, world, here I come. Come as you are, take me as I am.
And that's what I love, that here I come attitude, right? Um, and let the cards fall where they may,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah,
and it's not childish, it's childlike, and I love it.
yeah, yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
my
you.
beautiful girl. So, Christiana, can you give us your golden nugget with an explanation, please?
My golden nugget is today's tears of sorrow water the seeds of joy for tomorrow. We don't have to wait till tomorrow to feel the joy in today. And it just means that even in those times of sorrow, even when we're crying, I would go sometimes look at the mirror and like look at myself as I'm crying because somebody said, oh, I wish I could show you your face right now. So I would go, okay, let me go look at my face right now. And then then I'd start laughing because I just look at my face and I'd go into the crying and, and then we just start laughing with each other.
Beautiful. Are
So you
you
can
ready?
still find that joy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are you ready for paparazzi? Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. My beautiful girl, you were also our cover lady for our beautiful Diamonds Moment magazine for April. And your golden nugget is quite prominent on a few spaces. Please tell us your golden nugget with an explanation.
Sure. My golden nugget is if not now, when? And the reason is no more time for procrastination, right? Your inner child, your inner joy, your inner glory is crying to come out. When are you going to let it out? Now is the time. Now is the time.
I love it. I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi? And ladies, if I may say, my golden nugget is if
Yes.
your why is big enough, you can do anything. You can do everything. And I am ready for paparazzi. Here I go. I love it. I love it. My beautiful girl, how are you feeling at this moment?
I feel delicious.
My
Yummy,
beautiful
yummy.
Christiana, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling joyful. Ready to play. Woohoo!
Girl, ask
A-
me, ask me, ask me. Oh,
and
Christiana,
my beautiful Sanet, how are you feeling?
I'm
Oh, sorry.
asking.
Oh no, she
Huh,
froze. She
she
feels
froze.
frozen. She is so excited. She is frozen. She can't
Let
even
it
express
go.
herself.
Let her go. Let her go.
So I am feeling over the moon. Over the moon. It was such a beautiful session. It was such a beautiful show. Ladies, you were exceptional. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your brilliance and your stories. And thank you for being in my life, being my amazing Mrs. Spots. Gail, you on a Friday, and beautiful Christiana, you on a Wednesday. And I know through all of this, we are shaping not only us, but also our beautiful group, Diamond Beauties Forever group, showing up with love. I always love to say, Elvis Presley, shake it, shake it. What is it? what is Elvis Presley's song about shake? It just left my mind at the moment. But if we can shake and rub love off on others, but we have to have it ourselves before we can do the rubbing and shaking. So my beautiful viewers, how are you feeling about passion and purpose? I know that my beautiful guest shown in the show notes below, all the details is in there. You are welcome to connect with them and with me. And if you would love to be part of the Diamond Beauties Experts, Diamond Beauties Forever group, or the Tanzanite Euros, also connect with me. I want to say have an amazing day, have an amazing week, but we didn't forget about you, but I need to ask my guest first. My beautiful ladies, would you love to have a dance with me?
Oh,
Always.
yes. Right? Yes. Thought you'd never ask.
My beautiful viewers, would you love to have a dance with us? They said yes, they said yes. Here we go.
Yay.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love. From butterflies to eagles, oh, there's magic in
Bye-bye,
that
everyone.
light.
Bye-bye.